Knuckleheads now are really sought after, also really valuable. We did a 75th anniversary 15 years ago, and I think we got about 45 bikes. A lot of those bikes during this 15 years have gone to new owners. We didn't really know whether we'd be able to reach them.
When David and I sat down and talked about it, we thought, you know, how many knuckleheads might show up for this event? And we thought, oh, possibly 30 if we're really lucky. And then it was just crazy when people registered how many people were coming out of the woodworks and ones that we didn't even know were here in the country. So it was a fantastic turnout of so many incredible bikes and variety as well within the knucklehead range, you know. Considering it's only just over a decade of production, it's just amazing to see the difference within that decade of the changes that Harley-Davidson, the manufacturer, made, and also what the people have done to them as well, like the customization, yeah.
We planned the ride or the event that the riders would arrive on the Friday night, and we would have a function on the Friday night at the Siesta Resort. One of the reasons we do these events is that we have this grouping of people that all have a love of Harley-Davidson motorcycle. They all know each other, they have the same interest, it's quick banter, and it's just like we finished the last one and started the next one.
We tried to follow on from other events that we've done in the past where we give everybody something special so that, you know, good food, find a suitable host motel. We've taken over the premises for the 3 days, and we have people from Darwin, from Western Australia, so we feel obliged to put on a good show.
The Saturday ride commenced from the fast fuel motorcycle shop there in North Albury, and we were going north side of the Hume Dam to Walwa and then on to Corryong, and then ride back along the southern part, which brought us back through Tallangata and back into Albury.
I rode a 1936 Knuckle, of course, first year production, a bike that I bought in 1990, so I've had it for 35 years, and it's a well-worn glove.
I'm very, very fortunate to have purchased a 1939 Knuckle from the infamous Meekum auctions in Vegas, and waited patiently, or impatiently, David would say, 13 months for it to arrive. It actually landed in my hands on my 40th birthday, so I was extremely grateful for that. I feel extremely privileged to own one and to ride one.
This is probably the biggest assembly that there'll be this year for them, anywhere on the planet. There was some superb restorations, there was lovely original paint bikes, there were some cool choppers, every sort of modification you could imagine.
David and I actually did do it in an event called Targa Classica, like part of this, and that's a car rally event that we do. We do lots of crazy things, but when we do those events, we do take some pretty scenic roads, and that was one of them, and I always love heart them in my little book to say I'll come back here on a motorbike. I just knew that, you know, the beautiful sort of undulating corners and ups and downs, that it would just be phenomenal on a motorbike. And it's so central, being on the border, so it was a great way to encourage all states to come along. Every vista, every corner is just fantastic. So I was really pleased that we could do that.
On the Friday night we were warned there might be quite a few potholes along the way, and to keep an eye out for them. And unfortunately on the Saturday morning on the ride in Walwa we actually had an incident where 2 riders came down due to the pothole.
We arrive and we'll get cars over. He's come into a pothole, grabbed his wheels, stuck and his cartwheel.
One of the bikes was severely damaged. It was an unfortunate situation, but something that happens in this sport that we all love.
Yes, fortune follows the brave, but also sometimes accidents happen. Yeah, no, it was just an unfortunate series of events. We were well aware of potholes along the routes, but unfortunately when there's about 50 of them across the road and you're in a group riding and there's only so many lines you can take, unfortunately my line had quite a few holes.
He's rideable. Yeah. No, she took it all in here. Crash bars. Yeah, worth their weight in gold, aren't they?
Fortunately, the bike suffered just mostly cosmetic damage that can be fixed. We rode the rest of the way and I'm just hoping Steve's going to be okay. He had a bit of a fall too, so it was a bit of an eventful little section of road.
At Corryong, we actually had lunch all set up by the local community groups. It was a great time for some of the guys to catch up with some of the other riders, plus have a look at the bikes on show. It was really the first time we'd actually had most of them lined up in a row or together, where you could walk down and see them, and it was quite stunning, some of them. There were some great examples of the Knucklehead, which is what the whole event was about.
There's definitely some incredibly wonderful people that are loyal, and obviously this is a great way to reconnect. You know, I think a lot of us did Cannonball and are here again today, and so it's lovely to reconnect a year later, essentially. And why wouldn't you want to come back and hang out again? And my role, I guess, in being involved in this event is trying to get that next generation to come and connect these two generations together and keep it going. I really hope they just had a really good time and that they would come back again too. Just as one of the activities for the event, Dave just wanted to do a slow race just after lunch. We had the perfect setup on some old discarded netball courts, and so they could do about 15 bikes in a row at a time to do the slow races, and it was just a bit of fun, a bit of a nod to the Great Race and all their little competitive events they would do in those. And I think everyone's a really competitive bunch here, so they loved it. Yeah.
I do believe that Johnny G or Straw was actually very competitive, and they had to actually create some additional heats so that we actually got probably a more accurate winner, a fairer result. On the return trip, we did do a group photo at the Hume Reserve, and it was quite spectacular having all the bikes there.
We did the recce for this event in January, and we saw that spot and we thought if it's dry and we can get the bikes down there, it really spells the area, the development. You know, that reservoir was dammed after World War II, and the town close to it was moved. Beautiful sheet of water, man-made. Harley-Davidson Knucklehead is man-made. Just put the two together.
When are you ever going to get 70 knuckleheads together in one place in Australia? You know, I wanted it to feel Australian, so that spot just felt like the perfect place to do it. With the group shot being towards the end of the ride as well, so you had about half an hour more riding, yeah, about 30k or something to go. We all rolled into the siesta after a huge day.
What do you reckon, Kevin? Do you reckon he looks good on it, or he looks good on anything?
It's a great way to obviously come together, especially after a big ride. You know, it was an eventful ride, and so to come together and have a chat, have a few beers, have a meal, like, you know, it's traditional, isn't it, in the sense of as families do it, communities do it, and of course we do it, yeah.
Yeah, what a day. Good day, everybody. Yeah. We had a few prizes to give away. First one was for the time trial. Johnny G has put in a protest, which we've overridden. Admittedly, we did change the rules after he did his run. Okay, we've got a trophy here for Vinnie Kia.
But it was great to walk in and see everyone sitting down, enjoying dinner. David getting up, doing some phenomenal speeches as he always does. He's a great talker, public speaker. He found a couple of the knucklehead rocker boxes that he put onto trophies.
And this one, yeah, was a hands down winner. Come from Tasmania, Jack Bauer. Very, very well done. And for the stock that this one appealed to us, with a few nice accessories on it, Mark Fitzgerald with the 1946 Knucklehead. As we said, it's about the combination of rider and bike. So you must have scored highly. Okay. A person that we think is significantly contributing to our scene, to the knucklehead scene, and to the future of a knucklehead in Australia. And we'd like to present a set of the Harley City Collection books to Dan Flute. And good work in the scene. Excellent, your bikes are wonderful. Thank you very much for bringing them. Cheers.
Everybody that participated was a winner, and we weren't really serious about trying to pick any bike that was significantly better than another one. Anybody that turns up with a 1936 to 1947 overhead valve Harley-Davidson Knucklehead's a winner.